Alright, let me scroll up. So this is the week 5 lab. This lab is a little different because there's actually 2 lab assistants you're going to have to fill in, which makes us all so happy. I'm happy to have to grade 2 separate papers, and you're happy to do them. Okay, so you're going to have to click on both of those. Make sure you fill them out. So you'll just submit them separately when you submit them to the, submit the assignments tab, and they'll both show up. Just make sure they both show up. And then down here is our rubric and our playlist. You clicked on the playlist. We're going to click on the rubric in a second. And then remember, as always, for having your lab tables, you get an S. Make sure you do the tables from both of the labs, since there's 2 of them effectively. And I don't know why there's not 2 separate assignments. It's just fun. They changed this on me, and this is what we get to do. So let's go with the, go with the punches. Keep on keeping on. Let me pause this and open up the lab rubric. So nicely, even though there are 2 different labs, they are not too bad. So the first one is our plant photosynthesis. And I'm going to pause and make sure I did put them in the right order. Okay, I had my moment, and I'm good now. So in the plant photosynthesis, you see there's 2 exercises. In the cellular respiration, there's only 1. For the plant photosynthesis, you will have a graph worth 0.25 points that you have to do. As always, feel free to hand draw it. Feel free to do it in Excel. Feel free to do it however. I could fix this. Each table. I'll try to remember to update the rubric too. And then in the table, there's 2 tables, and they are each worth half a point. And their questions, there's going to be 7 that you fill in. And then the second exercise, you have a graph and a table. You see the graph again is 0.25, the table is 0.5. It's going to be 3 questions at 0.4 each, which is what we're doing. And then we will do, that works, right? 0.2, yeah, sounds right. Let me pause this for 1 second. You'll notice with this it doesn't quite add up to 2, so that means if you fill out anything, you will get some points because you can't miss them all. Okay, cellular respiration is our second lab. There's actually going to be a photo for this. I hope you started those little seeds germinating early. Then there's going to be a graph and a table and 4 questions. Okay, and then format is a point, and references effectively are a point. If you do not have references, you don't get, you'll receive a 0 on, I should change this to both assignments. So make sure you just have a reference. Let's have a reference. Let's say in each assignment. See, this is a work in progress. You guys are there with me to get this figured out. So make sure each assignment has a reference. It's really not that big of a deal. Okay, so as always, I copy and paste everything in here so you have it. Just in case, you'll see you have your hypothesis that you'll be doing, and then the various lovely graphs. There's our first graph, and then our graphs, our table, and then there's our second table. Then we would be doing a graph. Then we have all the various questions that we're going to ask. Make sure when you're talking about this, remember in a plant, photosynthesis happens, but another process also happens, cellular respiration. So check both. And then exercise 2, we start off with our only table, which is mostly your question, your hypothesis. Shouldn't be too bad. Stick in a graph. And then you're going to be talking about what you did. Okay? And then our cellular respiration lab, we start off with a photo of the germinated seeds. Then we have our graph on the cellular respiration. And then we're going to be doing our table. Then you have how many seeds we're doing what, how many seeds are doing what. Review the equations, what's going on, what's important to know. Okay? So it's really going to be most stressful. I feel like it will be most stressful on whether or not your seeds germinate, because that is pretty much, it is always the most stressful part of this lab. And I think that is everything. Yeah, looks like everything. As always, I love to review drafts. Send me one.